जय श्री राम बाबा जी।
जय श्री राम बच्चे, जय श्री राम।
जय श्री राम बाबा।
जय श्री राम। जय श्री राम राकेश जी।
जय श्री राम भाई।
तबीयत कैसी है राजा?
थोड़ी ठीक ही है अभी तो।
वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड। लगता है आज इट इज द सीजन गोइंग ऑन। इट्स ओके। सतगुरु साईनाथ महाराज की जय। गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वर गुरु साक्षात परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। तस्मै गुरुवे नमः। तस्मै श्री Putra, I've been asking Baba 2 days. On Thursday, he brought a beautiful thought, Baba. A thought he brought is that what stops us to love each other or anybody and everybody equally? What stops us to build up a relationship? What stops us? What is it that creates a trouble to have any relationship, any friendship, any job circle, anything, to hold us back? What is it? What troubles us the most? What is the main reason of our day-to-day life trouble? Baba beautifully said, he brought up is that my own thought. I myself create a thought. Now, if I have a thought inside me, which would say, you know what, Deepak is always like this. So I will only look at Deepak always in the same manner. Why? Because I have created that thought in me. The X person is not at all good, always giving me trouble. Raghu doesn't want to listen to me at all. I am watching this for last so many years. That person has a very negative vibe. No matter what I do, it is all, you know what? And another thing is, I don't want to talk to him or her, right? I don't think I want to meet that person. I don't want to go to their home. If they're coming to the party, I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to see their face. Or I'll sit on the other side, I'll leave early. If they're coming to supposed to come together for a session, I'm not attending with them. I prefer to be on the silence and so many things. We only tell ourselves that what we want to do with XYZ. Nobody else. I'm not saying the behavior of the other person may be very good or not good. It's a different subject. But first thing is holding yourself in thoughts for different people at different timings. You start to create yourself in a blockages. How you have a feature called block somebody. So we have also in a system in ourselves blocking somebody, pinning somebody, nagging somebody. We also have different features inside us, similarly, which are already automatically operated by our brain. That brain already tells you, what I don't like, I don't want to see him. May it be my brother, may it be my sister, may it be my friend, may it be my colleague, no matter who the person is. What does this thought do? What is that thought will do? This thought will start putting you in a situation that no matter what, you'll start building up kind of an anxiety into you. You willingly or unwillingly, knowingly or unknowingly, you will start developing a thought behind, automatically you won't even know. A subconscious mind will keep running with that person's part whenever there will be an opportunity. Now, imagine that, is that very valuable to us? Supposedly you think, you know what, don't feel comfortable dealing with the XYZ. Could be anybody. And if there's a possibility that you feel, you know what, I cannot handle this, then might as well either keep that proper block there. Do what? Keep a proper block. Block means what? That what? Okay, this is eliminating out of self. I'm going to trim myself. Might as well trim it, because this is something I don't want and I can live without it, which is fine. Then you don't bug yourself along. But not all relationship you can do the trimming. Right? Can you? You have that love, you have that care, but you also have a concern now. You love also, you care also, and you have a concern also now. Deva. Now, what is that concern, love, and care aspect here? So a predetermined thought which tells me, oh, you know what, I love Deepak, which is wonderful. But it also tells me he's not improving. And it also tells me, you know what, in spite of that, I would prefer to tell Deepak, need to talk to you. Or I will tell him what I have to tell him. I might as well tell him. Don't hold a predetermined thought for anybody in you. You're creating more obstacles for yourself, nobody else. Nobody. Why? Because whatever thought you're holding is going to bother whom? Whom is going to bother? Own self. If you have a thought, predetermined thought, it will bother whom? Because we created that thought, and that keeps troubling myself. And I have difficulty coming out of it because I already have a thought inside me. I cannot overcome that anymore because it has become so strong. The roots have gone so deep, I can't uproot it now. So what happens to me? I start getting into depression. I start getting upset. I may not know the right reason that very moment, and I'm just always in that thoughts. Always. I may not tell anybody anything. I may try to behave the best I can, but it'll reflect on my face and body. It'll reflect on my behavior. You know how you people say, oh, why did you snap at me? It's just like that. The snapping just doesn't happen that way. That means there are reasons behind that snap. That there is already something going on and that triggered to have a snap. It was not that you plan to snap at somebody. It was that word, irritation, relationship, concern, which already was there something. There was a reason behind it. And that is what happens, that there are some relationships keep on flourishing in a good way and some don't. Because if, for example, I start feeling it, that, you know what, no matter what, I see everybody saying, I love everybody. I could do best I could do. But the moment I restrict myself in a thought for somebody, it'll start telling me, I don't want to meet him. But if my concerns are right, you will find it, you are peaceful, you are happy. The first foremost thing to peace and happiness is don't try to have block button in you. Either have a trim button if you can, so that it is trimmed completely. But something which you cannot trim, shape it. Either trim it or shape it. Don't make it an obstacle for yourself. Don't make an obstacle. I'm not talking the certain relationship you cannot do nothing, right? Can't. You have to live with that behavior. You have to be. Now, somebody comes and says, I had a very abusive relationship. Really? Yeah. And good and bad are always there. So if that is the case, then you come into silence, stay away from things. Don't let your inside be impacted and affected. It is very precious. Inside is? Why is it precious? Come here, Putra. I want you to sit here. And do you know the reason why I made you sit here? What is important?
Inner self.
Why is it inner self important? I used to keep a stick here. Give me that other. Why is inner self important?
That's where Nirakara resides.
Oh, really? After the stick, remember this, right? Nahi, Putra. I'm not letting none of you feel in this. The reason why is also like if you try to connect with the power, then it will just create obstacles. So if you realize that Nirankar is inside, the whole Nirakar Avastha of the universal peace is inside me. My Baba is inside me. My Sai is inside me. Why will I create obstacles of thoughts to be creating trouble for myself? Let me put it this way. So you have a room inside your home where you have your treasure, where you keep your savings and money and jewelry and diamonds and what all is there, whatever, right? Silver coins, all the good metals, you keep them. All the good stones, precious stones, you keep them. What do you do to that room?
Protect it,
How?
lock it,
What do you do?
lock and key.
Where do you keep that key?
Safety.
Where do you keep that key, Raghu? You need a beating. So you are very careful of that room and that locker. You're always mindful of, if you go somewhere also, your thought is always there, the safe, everything is locked, everything is protected, double check, you also check, I also check. No, make sure the cameras are working. The alarm system is okay. We'll have to be back home in time. Or tell somebody to be there till we come back. You will do everything to protect it. Why not we do to our own self? Why can't we have a peaceful sleep? Because we allow thoughts to overpower.
बाबा जी एक क्वेश्चन है
Hmm.
बाबा जी आपने ट्रिमिंग और नहीं तो है ना अपने
Shaping.
हाँ नहीं तो अपने आप को शेप करने के लिए इन केस आप दूसरे को लॉ दे रहे लेकिन ऑपोजिट साइड से है ना नहीं आ रहा है तो ट्रिम करने के वक्त भी है ना बोल कर ट्रिम करना है या अपने आप साइलेंटली चुपचाप अवे हो जाने का?
देखो पुत्र, there are certain relationship that you cannot cut them, right? You silently trim them. Now, what does it silently trimming means? That you're not telling 20 people, I've stopped talking to that person anymore. I'm not going to deal with that. No. That is your ego which is telling you to do that. Trying to prove your point, to trim that. That's not the right thing to do. When Almighty, the Nirankar or Saka, any one of wants to help you, do they make a noise? They just do it for you. You don't have to shape yourself, to tell, no, you just be silent and quiet. If that person comes in front of you also, just a very casual hello. Don't try to be rude that moment. I don't want to. Don't do that. It's a very beautiful bhajan line Baba's bringing up, right? Let's try it. It's been time. Sai prem de, shanti de, anand de, Baba prem de. Baba prem de, shanti de, anand de, Baba prem de. तुम हो साईं दया के सागर, तुम हो साईं दया के सागर, तुम हो मन मंदिर नटराजन, आदि अनंत है. I forgot the line, Raja. But the ultimate part is that we all need to have a peace which relies inside. Sai Prem De, Shanti De, Anand De, Baba Prem De. Like, imagine that's the line just to sing also, right? Just the first place of line also. Sai Prem De, Shanti De, Anand de, Baba prem de, Sai prem de, Shanti de, Anand de, Baba prem de. Now, prem, love, is not something which is plugged on a tree. It's not on a branch or store you can get. When you're telling Almighty, give me love, peace, and happiness, you're telling yourself, I have no more obstacles in me. I am ready for you. Are you ready for me? To get happiness and peace, you don't need too much of literature to go by. You don't need all the theses and granthas and Vedas. No. Very beautiful. I don't know how many of you, but I want to, this morning Baba reminded me of Sache Pasha Guru Nanak Dev Ji's words. Sache Pasha said, Manas ki jaat sabhe ek hai. You know how we say, Vasudevam Kutambakam. That is how all the masters talk about. Ki Manas ki jaat sabhe ek hai. Like, imagine the say also. Manas is Manav, humans. They're all one. Now, just to chant this much also, it shivers me. It's amazing. Vasudevam Kutambakam. I understand the world doesn't realize this. The world doesn't see that way. They don't understand this part. It doesn't matter to me. It will matter to the people who are not understanding this. Because you will find those are the only people who are not in peace. So maximum incidents happening in the world today are not with the people who love peace. It is with the people who don't love peace. They are always looking for an opportunity to do something because it is not Vasudevam Kutumbakam. It is not Manas ki jata sabhe ek hai. They are the only people who are not able to sleep in the night. They have another agenda next day morning. But the people who think I am not going to have a block in myself, I'm not going to create a wall in myself, I will not have any distinguishing people living, I will be at peace to flow. You know what, this morning also, when all of you were doing sadhana, so I was, children were doing sadhana and I just happened to be out and I was coming. Baba brought a beautiful thought. Amazing this man is. The man behind here, who's talking right now, here. He's like, on a daily basis, what you eat. We eat so many things, right? But on a daily basis, the waste is out of your body. Does the waste stay inside our body? No matter what we eat, it is out, not needed. So, on a daily basis, if the nutrients, proteins, vitamins, fat, or whatever is taken, rest is all put out of the body, why is that not we can let everything move out of our body? Why do I need anxiety, depression? Why do I need mental illness? Why? If Almighty has created us, our body and a system that it should be cleaned every day, why not our thoughts to be clean every day? Why? Why can't we work on every day when there's an opportunity? You will hear people most of the time talking about this thing happened at that time. This thing happened then. This is what you did. This is what you did. It is all in the past. It's all yesterday. You are not in peace. You are not in that. You have to come to peace. You have to come to terms. You have to live, to enjoy, to be peaceful and happy. There must be a good thing in the past. Not everything in the same manner. Something happened also. We have to overcome that. We all need to overcome things so that I can be in peace today. Well, that will only happen when we don't have a wall of thoughts already inside out. We are not actively working on a block button. Or nowadays people have that on WhatsApp. I noticed that they have read the message, but you won't know they've read the message. Is the feature, right? Normally the blue lines come, but some people have it on that. If they've read it, you won't know they've read it. They don't want to let you know that they've read the messages read. Because they'll become responsible. They don't want to answer that time, whatever the reason is. My only request to all is just make sure nature has created ourselves with daily cleansing system. It is nothing we have done. It is already there in our system. On everyday basis, it is done by Bhagavan. He has only given us that everything. Make sure what is unwanted is out of your body. What you don't need, it is out. Daily. If somebody says, I face this every day, so let it go every day. Let it be a new sun every day. Why can't we let it go? खुद जियो औरों को भी जीने दो, यही तो है जिंदगी का रास्ता, तुम्हें अमन की शांति का वास्ता, खुद जियो औरों को भी जीने दो. How does that matter? It matters because if you are not in peace, how will you give peace to anybody? You will always find something or the other which is going to impact you. You will always find something. Why? Why to find? Why not let it be? To do bhakti, to do sadhana, to get deeper with Bhagavan, you must have no obstacles, only then you can grow. See, when you're not carrying anything, then you are free to carry him. But if you're already preoccupied with other thoughts, how would you carry him then? Because somewhere or the other, your thoughts will take you back to whatever your thoughts is bothering you. Is it not? Huh? Hello? Huh? That is what happens. But something is bothering us, it will pull us back to that. But if nothing is bothering us, then who is bothering us? Him? It's up to us. You want him to bother? Or you want your thoughts to bother you? Huh, Somu? Oh, yes, Somu. मजाक कर रहा हूं मैं. So handsome लग रहा है राजा. So what are we going to do? What?
After the toxins that would decline every day to my thoughts.
So what we need to do, we need to work on ourselves. We need to work on ourselves. We need to have a discipline of life. We need to make sure that every single day we sit with ourselves to make ourselves stronger. And how do we do that to make ourselves stronger? If you're disciplined in time on a day-to-day basis, then you do your bhakti, your sadhana on one state time. You sit at a particular time. You sit at a particular place and you sit a particular mantra or chanting or simran which is there with you. Doesn't matter what it is.
But it should be same time. Like, so many who have to shout.
Next time we will change his bench. No matter where I place him, back bench, French bench, the question still rotates. It's called be focused. What is it called? It has to be same time, same place, and one month, one simran, one chanting. One. You cannot deviate the times. Whether you go to vacation or you don't go to vacation. You cannot. Shri Ram 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 Sai Ram 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 Shri Ram 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 Sai Ram, Ram Ram. A question came, mera bacha. A question came that is sansar true or false? ये दुनिया सच है कि नहीं? Is the world true or not? The sansar is true. The world is, so it's not false. It's not illusion. Then, if this is true, then what is the problem? Why can't we enjoy the world? Right? So much wonderful things to do. Right? Then there's beautiful saying by us, Jain Muni ji. He said कि दुनिया में रहना तो ठीक है. Living in the world has no problem. इंसान का दुनिया में रहना तो ठीक है. For a human being to live in the world is perfectly fine. But दुनिया का इंसान में रहना ठीक नहीं. But giving the world place inside you is not good. You live in the world is okay. Enjoy. But when you let the worldly things live in you is not okay. That is where the trouble is. Live, enjoy. Who's stopping you? Let's, pick up a car and say, you know what, let's all of us go to White Mountain today. Go. Nobody's stopping. But that is today. Don't get carried away. Enjoy the nature. Enjoy everything on the way. Have good food. Enjoy with your family. Do whatever. Have whatever. But be back on track. Don't let your track go away no matter where you go. You don't leave your soul and take your body wherever you go, right? Do we do that? Our soul is there all the time. The soul is when the soul is always there, and you must remember, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, he's always there. He's always there. Enjoy. Who's stopping? Pick up a flight and say, I want to go to Paris. Go to Paris. I think I'm going to make a beautiful home for them. Do make it. Who's stopping you? But don't get carried away. Don't let all these things pour inside you. So it will become difficult to take out. Winding is easy. Unwinding is very difficult. Huh? Remember this. When you have a straight thread and you start making a ball out of that, right? Older days, the moms used to make that knitting the sweaters at home. Remember? They used to make a round ball to start knitting. But accidentally, if that used to fall, it used to become all crumbled. Now it used to take double the time or triple the time to unwind it. Don't let that unwinding be a situation. Please. Make it simple and easier. Wonderful. Super nice. So, what is the theme? Theme is don't have a blockage. Don't create a thought inside you which is going to create a block inside you. Don't have predetermined thoughts against anybody. If you cannot handle it, trim it or shape it. Simple. Trim what is unwanted. Otherwise, shape it. Only unwanted things are to be trimmed. Otherwise, shaping is important. And all the time you will remember, shaping is always done to your own self, not to others. You need to shape yourself. If you shape yourself, it will not make a difference. Right? You know how a glazy pot, when you pour water, it doesn't stay on that. If you feel that relationship is not helping you, have something that will slip out. Let it go. And if you think it is precious, put it straight. Start capturing it. There's no rocket science. Simple it is. Super. No obstacle. Having no obstacle will help you merge with him. Is the theme today, Raghu. Chalo. Let's do the prayer with this. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Sachidanand Satguru Sainath Maharaj ki jai. Guru Brahma. चल मेरा बच्चा, take permission from all of you. साईं मेरा बच्चा.